today. From Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 10 of the MFL on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions.
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And the drive starts with a completion left side, and they're able to get this one across the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 93 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back to throw now on first down. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. First carry for DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. Seibert's kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
On first down, Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
And he powers his way up past the 30. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Out of the gun, Fields. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So 15 yards on the face mask. Going to put him all the way up near midfield.
And that's a mistake in the same way that a broken tackle or a missed assignment is a mistake. You've got to be smart enough to know not to get that hand up anywhere close to the face mask because they're going to get you every time.
On first down, it's Fields. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Fields on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. For these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Bears getting the road victory, so they'll look now to take the season series here at Soldier Field. Second and 10. Fields. Caught by Montgomery. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. To the air again, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. And off comes to Montgomery. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second down and 7. A give. This is Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From the 6. onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. Is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. The decision that time was to keep it, and not a great one. Once he got out right with the football, there was just nowhere to go.
And I felt bad for his offensive line there, because their job is to create creases, right? Create openings. But if those defenders keep their shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and refuse to be budged, that's the end result. No place for him to turn upfield. No chance to gain any yardage.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. He'll find Williams on the slant. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. And it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on second and less than a yard. Back to throw. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Fields throwing again. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. To throw again on second down. Fields. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on third down. Fields. And that will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there. as the first half is winding down. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And able to get this out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And this one is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. A final shot before the break. Fields airing it out deep for Smith. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. Montgomery a first down and then some. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. From the 31, Fields. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. He gets away from one, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's Fields. This is Smith with a grab. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now the point after try for Santos. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was polished off by a Tariq Cohen touchdown. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. On third and short. They'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, this is Swift. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Three quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Still 9 remaining on second down. Back to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. 3 yards the gain there, second down. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
And not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Running is Swift. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff to Swift. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Here comes an important one now for Austin Seibert. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Seibert able to knock this one through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Chicago offense set to get started. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Now a first down throw, Fields. Smith catches left side. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start on the ground with Swift, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Lions, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Chicago, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6.